I came out in the morning, the lights in the kitchen didn't work. I was gonna empty the dishwasher and I discovered that the dishes that were in it still had soap residue all over them and the bottom was full of water. I also realized that it didn't complete its cycle and I tripped a breaker, which was why the kitchen lights weren't working at the time. So obviously the dishwasher tripped a breaker and I need to figure out what's going on with it. This is a wet dry shop vac. It's my husband's. The key to using it when you're gonna suck up water is you have to clean it out because that's just nasty. And you have to take this filter part off. This is what you use when doing dry stuff, but you don't want to have that on there when you're trying to suck up water. If you leave water in the bottom of your dishwasher, it's going to start to stink and get moldy and gross. I'd suggest cleaning it out as soon as possible. My shop vac is full of really nasty water. It didn't look that bad when it was in the dishwasher, but now it looks really gross. I need to turn the water that goes into the dishwasher off, and that is connected to the hot water line that goes to my sink, which is under the sink. So I'm gonna come in here and this is what it's gonna look like. Now that I got all the water out of there, I'm going to unscrew it from the counter. Most dishwashers are attached either up or some of them will be screwed in underneath right in here or along the side. So I'm going to unscrew it and get it pulled out so that we can take a look at the inside and see what's going on. Should actually come out pretty easily. No dog assistance needed, but thank you. Whoever installed the dishwasher didn't leave us enough water line for me to pull the dishwasher all the way out. So I'm going to take the bottom off the front and reach underneath. So I've already taken off one of the screws. And here you can see the water lines. This is the water line that goes in. This is the water line that goes out. So this is the one I just turned off from underneath the sink. And I'm gonna disconnect this now. The water that's already in the line is going to come out. So I'm gonna put a bunch of towels under here to catch it so I don't flood my kitchen. Okay, I got it loosened up with my wrench and now I'm gonna do the rest by hand and it's off. Not a whole lot of water, which is nice. I was worried there was gonna be way more. Next I need to disconnect the drain hose, which is probably also gonna have water in it. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Dishwashers are pretty light. Okay, this is where the dishwasher was sitting on my floor, and as you can see, that bit of nastiness is where the motor was. So let's take a look at the motor, and you can see all this gunk. The water should be in this area, but not this area. So this has a tab on either side that you gotta push in, and then, there we go. So you gotta push in both tabs and then pull it up. So I discovered that way back in here, I don't know if you can see it right there, that thing that is all blurry is a bolt. So I had to dig around in the husband's tools and get a ratchet. Now let's try this again. Aha. All right, got it out. So here's our seal, which actually looks kind of gross, but not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. By the way, that gunk I showed you inside, I think this is soap buildup, like dishwasher detergent buildup. So I tested the motor by plugging it in, turning it on when I didn't have any water running into the dishwasher to see if the motor would engage and actually turn on. It did. I think once I get this gasket switched out, it'll be good to go, that the only reason it was turning off was water was getting in. So let's give it a shot. All right, it's been a couple weeks, but our part finally came in, and we're gonna get it put on the motor and get this dishwasher working again. We're gonna take the screwdriver and jamming it down here to stop this part from rotating so that I can unscrew it. Oh. This is our old piece, and this is our new piece. The old piece has this seal that the new piece doesn't come with, so I need to take off the old seal and put it on the new piece. Okay, I will admit that came off way easier than I thought it was going to. If you can see, the inside is metal. The outside's like this rubberized stuff, so as long as there's no holes and cracks in it, you just have to put it in here. Looks good to me. We're gonna make sure that we keep our arrows lined up. Okay, so I'm gonna get this on. Remember, we needed the screwdriver to stop it from rotating. You just need it hand tight. Don't try and use power tools. All right, we just turned the dishwasher over. We're getting ready to install our motor, but this gasket is much bigger than the previous one, so it's gonna go in a little easier with lube. Super small amount of dish soap. Make sure the inside is nice and lubed as well. And now it should slip in with no problem. Okay, we finally got it in and attached. Okay, now we're gonna take our heat barrier and get that in. Remember, it has the little hole for where our bolt goes. We gotta get that lined up. Now that we have that all bolted in, we're gonna hook up our electrical. You can see the little protrusions. They can only go in one way. We're gonna hook up our drain lines and get them all squared away again. Remember, we want to make sure that our clamp is right back in the same spot it was previously to ensure there's no leaking. All dishwashers have insulation, and I have mine re-wrapped and ready to go. Just make sure that you get it tucked in on all three sides before you start scooting it in. Now that we have the dishwasher pushed back, I can come in and grab the water line that feeds water to the dishwasher and get this bolted back in. Okay. I'm going to turn on the water to the dishwasher and we're going to check for leaks. Now the water's all turned on. Moment of truth. We have water going into this line now, so checking to make sure it's not leaking, and nope, we're all dry. We're gonna put our toe kick back on our dishwasher, which comes right underneath here and attaches with 2 screws. Last but not least, we need to remember to screw the top back into the counter so that it's not going to rock and roll as it's running. Okay. We're also going to slip a piece of paper underneath for our first time running it to make sure that we don't have any leaks. So I'm going to turn it on, let it run, and we'll check it when it's done. Okay, let's get our paper and see where we're at. We are completely dry, which is super exciting. It means that we are leak-free and the dishwasher is fixed. I know that fixing a dishwasher can feel intimidating, but it's really not. It just takes a couple basic tools that most of you have at home and a little bit of time. Give it a shot. I know you can do this.